Boys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 3 rarest cars currently in Forza Horizon 5. We do have some runner-ups in this video, so it's not going to be a finite 3 set cars, and if I miss some, you're always welcome to let me know down below, and we'll be sure to include them in the next video. But I do try to do one of these videos every month, as the rarest cars are constantly changing based on what Forza is releasing, re-releasing, and putting into their game. So this month we do have some returning rare cars that used to be rare, weren't rare, and are rare once again, as well as some brand new ones that weren't rare in the past but are now suddenly a little harder to come by. So without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and hop into the first car here and I'll show it off for you guys. Actually, before we hopped into the first car, I did want to show off our 2 runner-ups, and it was the Ford GT OPI edition, which I don't actually even have. You had to buy nail polish in order to get that car. It is a pretty rare car because not a lot of people want to buy nail polish or $20 worth in order to get a car in a virtual game. And secondly, I consider this the most rare car in the game just because you had to buy an $80 controller in order to get it. But it's the 5-window deluxe, and actually they sold out pretty quick before Horizon 5 released. So if you didn't get your hands on one pretty early on, chances are you're not going to be able to get your hands on this car now unless you go ahead and get yourself a modded account, which is today's sponsor of the video. If you guys are looking for a safe, secure modded account, go ahead and check out MitchCactus.com. And if you do decide to purchase anything, make sure you're using code RISEN for 5% off all your purchases. They do offer anywhere from coin packages to your existing Forza account, so if you don't want to go ahead and start a new account because you already have progress on your existing one, that's okay. They can add as much as you would like to your existing account depending on the package you buy. They have thousands of Trustpilot reviews, so if you're interested, go ahead and check out MitchCactus.com. But if that doesn't interest you guys, no problem. You could still find one of these codes on eBay. I would be wary and make sure you are using PayPal or a way you can get your money back. Anyways, let's hop into the 3rd rarest car for today's video, and that's actually the one I'm in right now, which is the 1984 Honda Civic Mugen. And this car has been added to the game a good few times, and what makes it rare is not just how long it's been since this car was added to the game, because it has been added about 2 or 3 times at the most back into the game for people to be able to complete events and get their hands on it. But it's the fact that this used to be a very auction-sniped car, because in Horizon 4 it was one of the most rare cars in the game, so that in turn made it one of the more uncommon ones in this game because you could only unlock it when Forza released it as part of the festival. So because of that, its price point was held at $20 million because people knew other people would really want to get their hands on this car because it's pretty good at drifting, it's a good drag car, it's just nice all around. And Forza generally in Horizon 5 has tried to control their auction house and make it so that people can't make absurd amounts of money like I try to show you guys how to do in my videos through the auction house. So this car was price locked at just a couple $1 million, which has made it much more uncommon because not many people are willing to sell their car that's extremely rare for $2 to $3 million as they would be if it was set at $20 million. So that makes this car pretty rare. However, it has been released into the game X amount of times, and for that reason there is a good amount of them floating around. But if you're like me, I have my hands on 5 or 6 of them personally, so lots of people do have this car, but it's a few people that have a lot, whereas a lot of people that just have a few, if that makes any sense. Anyways, this is number 3 for today, so let's go hop into the 2nd rarest car on our list. Now, the 2nd rarest car on our list today, I actually haven't even been able to get my hands on. It has made its way into a few videos. It has re-released into the game, but there's still none up for sale very often on the auction house. And this is why. Hopefully I was lucky enough, I have seen them pop up. It's not so uncommon that they never pop up, but the hard part being they hold such a low price point and they're such a sought after car that generally I don't get lucky like I just have here. So as you saw when I bought this car, it only sold for 1.3 million credits, which is about what the normal person can sell it for. And the reason that makes this car extremely rare is for people like me that are legendary tuner, it's a very good car for us to go and purchase, because when we purchase enough of them, we can go ahead and sell it for 20 million credits. So That in turn makes this car very rare, because not only is it considered a rare car in the game, it doesn't sell for a lot, so not a lot of people are inclined to sell them, but when they do sell them, there are people who are a legendary painter or tuner sitting and waiting for it to go up for sale so they can purchase it for 1.3 million and list it at a $20 million price point, which it's pretty guaranteed to sell at. Now, I know people dislike that people do that in the game, but there's nothing we can really do to control that, and unfortunately that does influence which cars are more readily available and out in the open on Forza Horizon 5. Now, if you don't have your hand on this car, I wouldn't really worry about getting it. As you can see, it's nothing special. It looks pretty cool, but it's not good for much else considering racing or drifting. You're never going to be able to do that in this car. The only reason you would get this car is if you're trying to complete a collection, or you're like me and you want to own all the rarest cars in the game. If you're interested in how you can become a legendary tuner or painter, I am going to be coming out with a video later this week on that, so stay tuned, turn on bell notifications on the channel so that you don't miss out as soon as that video goes live. But anyways, this is number 2 for today, but let's go ahead and dive into our number 1 and final spot. And for today, that spot's gonna go to the Aventador SVJ, as we're coming up on just about a year of its release. Now, I know we're still a little ways away, as this released in December of last year, but this car has held the biggest scandal around it in all of Horizon 5, with that being that this car was set to release late in December of 2021. However, hackers found a way to get their hands on this car early through the game, and they flooded the auction house with them, and I made a bunch of videos about how you could get it, and this car instantly became very popular, and it changed a lot of how we play Horizon 5. Or if not how we play, at least how we auction snipe in Horizon 5. Since then, this car has released about 2 or 3 more times, but much like the other cars on this list, it has been price locked, so if you're just a regular person without a legendary tuner or painter status, you can't sell this car for 20 million anymore. And because of the story behind this car, how it looks, its top speed and performance, and it being a Lamborghini, it does not sell very often. In fact, I was lucky enough to get my hands on mine back in December when they were all being released early into the game, but since then I haven't necessarily tried to get my hands on one, and if I did right now, I would be very lucky to. This car is probably one of my favorite ones in the game, and I'm sure many of you may have it. It's just about how uncommon it is in the auction house right now, because again, lots of legendary painters and tuners like myself will get their hands on them so that they can resell for 20 million, because they know it will for sure sell. Anyways, boys, that does pretty much do it for the video. If you guys do want to get your hands on all these cars, make sure you check out the pinned comment and use the code RISEN at checkout. But that is going to wrap it up for this video, so if you made it all the way through to the end, let me know with a comment down below. As always, we will see you boys in the next video. I'm out. Oh, peace!